Hello friends, good morning, Suprabhat. How are you? I think all of you are fine. You're spending your spare time at homes because of the lockdown. But fortunately, our school has decided to give you some instructions through video notes, audio and video notes. And the present video which I am going to share with you is the first one in a series of videos that will come up in due course of time. As you know, our syllabus has been divided into a certain number of months, and in the month of March and April we have to cover up some part of the syllabus of English. This video is for students of class 11th. So those students who have just passed out class 10th, or those students who have appeared in the final examination of class 11 but results have not yet been declared, these two kinds of students can benefit from this video. In this video I am going to describe about determiners, a topic in grammar. Since determiners is a long chapter, so I would like to divide this whole video program into 3 or 4 series. The first one is here, and hope you will benefit from my notes, my descriptions and my videos. In this series of videos, I am not only going to present you the description, the explanations and other things regarding the chapter determiner, but I am also going to give you some exercises at the end of each video. And I hope after having gone through my video, my lecture, you will be doing the exercises and uploading the same at the prescribed site, from where I will take it up and see and check the mistakes which you have committed, and from those mistakes I would give you some suggestions, general suggestions to you all. And therefore this is a very important thing for you, and I would like you to be very serious, to be attentive, to be focused while watching this video. So this video, as I told you, is a video on the chapter determiners. This is the first one of a series of videos. Thank you. So what are determiners? Determiners are words or groups of words. I repeat, determiners are words or groups of words that are used before a noun or a noun phrase. I repeat, determiners are words or groups of words that are used before a noun or a noun phrase. In other words, determiners, we can say that determiners introduce a noun or they introduce a noun phrase. So what the structure is like: whenever you see a noun or a noun phrase in a sentence, to try to find out what word it is preceded by. If it is preceded at all by a determiner, then the structure of that particular group of words will be determiners plus noun or determiners plus noun phrase. This is the basic structure. Students, I have used the term noun phrase, which is quite technical for you, in the previous definition and description of determiners. You might wonder what a phrase is, or for that matter what a noun phrase is, and how will you recognize whether a phrase is a noun phrase or not. For this I have prepared for you some brief info and from some brief features with examples of a noun phrase, of a phrase and a noun phrase, that will probably help you for the time being in understanding determiners and a noun phrase, right? Because determiners are concerned with nouns and noun phrases only. So what is a phrase? Students, two things have to be remembered. Number one, a phrase is a group of words. A phrase is a group of words that is a part of a clause or a sentence. What is the difference between a phrase, a clause and a sentence? Because you might wonder, a clause is also a group of words and a sentence is also a group of words. So then what is the difference between a phrase and a clause and a sentence? Yes, this description of a difference between a clause and a sentence and a phrase, that is a part of another big chapter called clause, which we will take up when I take up the chapter clause. But for the time being, let me tell you two things about phrases, and you should keep these two things in mind. Number one, a group of words or a phrase that does not have a subject and a predicate is called a phrase. That is, a phrase does not have a subject and a predicate. On the other hand, a clause or a sentence both have or both can be divided into a subject and a predicate, whereas a phrase cannot be divided into a subject and a predicate. Number one. Number two, a phrase is a part of a clause or a sentence. In other words, a phrase, or rather put in another way, a clause or a sentence is made up of the unit called a phrase. Okay, so you have understood what a phrase is. In the context of determiners, we have to think only about noun phrases. So let us see what a noun phrase is. We will discuss with the help of two examples here. Example 1 and example 2. Example 1. I saw a lion roaming in the jungle. You can see. Example 2. I saw a huge elephant in the dense forest. In these two examples, I have boxed 4 groups of words. In example 1, the first group of word, a lion, and the second group of word, the jungle, have been boxed. And in example number 2, a huge elephant and the dense forest have been boxed separately. Let us take these 4 groups of words to understand what a noun phrase is and how determiners come into the structure of a noun phrase. Example 1, you see a lion and the jungle. In these two examples, there is one noun word in each of these groups of words. In the first it is lion, and in the second it is jungle. And these two noun words are preceded by 2 separate articles. Lion is preceded by article A and jungle is preceded by article the. So the whole, a lion and the jungle, they consist of an article followed by a noun, or other words you can say a noun preceded by an article. So this structure of article plus noun is an example of a noun phrase. Let us see in example number 2, the first box number, a huge elephant. Again, the second boxed words, the dense forest. In a huge elephant, you can see there are 3 words, a and huge and elephant, where elephant is a noun word, huge is an adjective, and a is an article. So you see an adjective is introduced between a noun and an article. So the structure goes like that: article plus adjective plus noun. And in the dense forest also you can see the article the is followed by an adjective and followed by a noun. So what is the final structure? Article plus noun or article plus adjective plus noun. These two structures are the structures of a noun phrase. That you have to keep in mind always. And that is what a noun phrase is. So students, what we have learned: determiners plus noun or determiners plus noun phrase. Determiners precede a noun or determiners precede a noun phrase. A and the are determiners. Lion, jungle are noun. A and the are determiners. Huge elephant and dense forest are noun phrases. So we have learned all articles are also determiners, but all determiners are not articles. Articles are not the only determiners. There are many others that are determiners but not articles. Thank you. Practice exercise number 1. Read the following sentences carefully. Find out the nouns and or noun phrases that are used in the sentences. Then make a list of the words or groups of words that are used before these nouns or noun phrases